Winston in Ormond Beach, Florida. Hey, Winston, thanks for watching Free Speech on the Dish Network. What's on your mind?
Well, I was just calling just to reiterate on what you were just saying. I come from the Adirondacks up in northern New York, and my father was a miner, worked in the Republic Steel. Mm-hmm. And, there were a lot of black people up there then in those days. And I used to listen to my father and them talk when they get together on a Saturday and have their little parties. And they talk about how Republic Steel told the police departments throughout the areas in Mineville and Westport and all these different places not to bother these people, not to bother them, harass them, black people, because of the fact that they work for them.
Right.
And and it was quite a beautiful place to be raised when I was growing up.
So this was an integrated community?
Oh, yes, very integrated, very integrated. There was a lot of amalgamation that went on, and everybody became, all of a sudden, instead of being mulatto, they become Indians and all this stuff. There was a lot of that. But it was a beautiful place. Athletes come out of there, and they didn't have the problem. And my thing is that I blame a lot of the white establishment for not looking to see how we got this far, how this politics got this far, how this country ended up.
This is intentional. I mean, when Richard Nixon went with the Southern strategy for the Republican Party, the Democrats had been doing it, starting in the 1880s. Both Republicans and Democrats were doing it, and leading up to legal segregation in the United States. And it's racism in the United States and the use of race to separate us from each other is absolutely intentional for political gain. Period. Full stop. Mm-hmm. So that's why they don't have it, Winston.
Yeah, and
or they don't get it.
Right? Me is that these people, I belong to these clubs down here, the Elks and whatnot, and you get a lot of these people. They don't stop and think. How did we get here?
Yeah, by these people, you're talking about the white people that you know in Florida?
Yeah. And that's the only way I could join the Elks, is I had to come down here in the South.
Right.
Join the Elks and join the Eagles, But the thing is, they don't know. They don't remember. They just forget about the way things were. We were able to get jobs. Everybody had jobs, and how, they kept the corporations in this country, and they don't.
I think many white people do remember what it was like in the 50s and 60s, and at least pre-65, 66 Civil Rights Act, Voting Rights Act. And that's the America that they want to go back to. When Donald Trump says "Make America Great Again," what he's saying is make America, white again, basically.
White again,
yeah. Make America the home of white privilege, white power, and white supremacy. And that's the fundamental message. That's the fundamental sales pitch that not only has Donald Trump been giving, but the Republican Party has been giving since Richard Nixon explicitly embraced that in 1968, since Ronald Reagan gave his first speech in Philadelphia, Mississippi, which Donald Trump Jr. did this over the weekend, went back to Philadelphia, Mississippi, where Schwerner, Goodman, and Cheney were murdered, the three civil rights workers. And Donald Trump Jr. went there and gave basically the same speech that Reagan did, to an all-white audience of like 20, 30,000 people at the Neshoba County Fair. I'm with you guys, and talked about how he loved the Confederate flag. This is Donald Trump Jr., just like Reagan talked about states' rights. So I think it's a very intentional strategy, Winston.
To watch more clips from our programs, hit the Watch More Videos button over here. And please be sure to hit the handy-dandy subscribe button so you'll always be up to date. Tag, you're it.